Starting scratch tonight. He did not take qualifying earlier tonight. In practice, he broke an axle, and it took him down. Sophomore Bob Bettencourt the third. Jared Kaderi, your defending track champion. Fourth with Danny Masser and Greg Perry making up row number 3. Ethan Souza, Brent Robidoux, Jared Barishian, and Harold Holdsworth round out the top 10. Green flag unfurls off of turn number 4. We're underway as they head down into turn number 1. The Helgers South Coast Power Equipment Pure Socks roll down the back straightaway, and it is Talbot with the half a car length advantage down into 3.
Off of 4 they come. Talbot maintaining that half a car length advantage. This division has been fun in years past, and I expect nothing different tonight. Olette trails Talbot by a car length, and a bit of a party going on behind. Trouble in between turns 1 and 2. A trio of machines say how do you do, and we're slowed up for the first time tonight.
The top 10 as we get ready to rock and roll one more time. One lap is complete. 24 remain in this one as they get ready to rock and roll off of turn number 4. KJ looks the field over. Up on the throttle, green flag is out one more time. They thunder down into turn number 1, and Talbot again gets the jump on the start, leads it down off of turn number 2. Into 3 they go.
Codera knocking on the back bumper of Talbot, your reigning pure stock champion, picking up right where he left off in that long plex number 20.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the starters just noticed what I thought I saw before that caution. Greg Perry is leaking out of the right rear. He is going to get the black flag this time, as there is something wrong with that 0. Field thunders down into 1. Jared Cadera drops to the bottom of the racetrack, looks for the lead underneath the 37. Talbot gets caught up high as they hit turn number 3.
Even Steven off of 4. They're going to show Perry the black flag again. I think he might have seen it this time, with Cordera bouncing to a half a car length lead. Olette high, even with Perry, who sits third. Robidoux, one of the more mature youngsters here, finds himself in the top 5. You pointed it out earlier, he's running a great race. Trouble with CJ Combs in turn 2. That'll bring out the second caution of the event.
And that's going to be a break for Greg Perry. He had already gotten 2 black flags.
Yeah.
Now he was, and I will say this, he was in a position where it's difficult for him to pull off the racetrack. He was on the inside with cars on the outside. Behind was loose, tightened down, and ready to go. But you know the officials are going to keep an eye on that. Race director Kyle Souza was on top of that. And I had seen it just before the caution. I'm like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. But when he came off of 4, I saw it, and we saw KJ, yep. I saw him look at Kyle and move over to grab the black flag. So heads up there as well. Field is set. Jared with Matt Talbot on the outside of the front row. Tim Olette and Brent Robidoux, row number 2. Ready to rock and roll off of turn number 4. 4 laps are complete. 21 laps remain. Up on the throttle, here comes Codera and Talbot. Jared looking for the advantage as they head down into turn number 1.
Codera has a car length on Talbot in Olette. Robidoux finds himself inside the top 5 now. Into 3 and 4, Codera able to pull away from Olette as a little bit of a party going on between Massa, Robidoux, Bobby Bettencourt trying to throw his hat in the ring.
Ethan Souza down on the inside, slides up underneath Matt Talbot looking for that 3rd position as the 47 a little bit loose off the corner. Peter Blue slides back a few spots deep in the field. Up front, Ethan Souza slides up into the 3rd spot with Danny Masser on his tail. Matt Talbot trying to hang on as 2 cars get together. 3, make it 4. Down in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And the 0-2 of Jared Holdsworth got sideways. The 83 of Jared Barishian, the 47 of Peter Blue just squeaked by with nowhere to go. And again, we are under caution, this time with 6 laps complete. Everybody's able to roll away under their own power, but a tough start for the first 6 laps in this one.
Lead the pack. Souza and Talbot trail them. 6 laps are on the board. Let's get the final 19 going.
Down into turn 1 they go, and Codera picks up right where he left off. Problems for the Olette as he slides up the racetrack and slows up down the back straightaway. Ethan Souza up into the number 2 spot. Danny Masser trying to follow him through. caution flag flies for the 67 of Olette. He has come to a halt at the back straightaway and will need a push to get back into the pit area. He came off at turn number 2 and just slid right up the racetrack and get out of harm's way. Something definitely wrong with his machine.
Olette was running good early on.
At the top of the field, ready to have at it. Matt Talbot sitting third. Danny Massa fourth. Brent Robidoux fifth. Bobby Bettencourt the third, sixth. We're back underway. As they head down into turn number 1, they continue to chase your defending champion down off at turn number 2.
Souza a car length behind Cadera as they hit 3 and 4. Talbot knocking on the door in the inside lane as well. Cadera will lead at lap number 7. 2 by 2 behind him though, 2 through 5.
Down the backstretch they go. Ethan Souza working that outside lane with Matt Talbot down on the inside as they hit on the as they come off of turn number 4. Souza's got the advantage with Brent Robidoux now edging out Danny Massa for that 4th spot. They roll down into 1 and 2 and down the backstretch, and what a race for that 2nd spot.
Talbot and Souza still jockeying for that 2nd position. Robidoux, he's hanging with him though. That's Danny Massa, who's put in well over a decade and a half into this racetrack. Cadera leading by 6 car lengths on Talbot and Souza into 4. 10 laps on the board, 15 more to go in week 1.
Talbot edging back out ahead of the 30. Ethan Souza working that outside down off of turn number 2, and Talbot's got the advantage down the back straightaway. Edges out 3/4 of a car length, make it a full car length. Caution flag is out, 1 car around off of turn number 2, and that is the 0-2 machine. And Danny Massa comes to a stop on the grass just off the front straightaway.
Peter Blue is showing the black flag as well. I want everyone to keep something in mind. We've got 15 laps to go. It's been a wave of caution. I remember seeing it once last year. It was on this night in our Legends division. That race took 42 minutes. Correct me if I'm wrong. The time limit is 40 minutes. Or is it 45?
I believe it's 45.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
I'm taking your thousands of races called over my 100-ish.
That doesn't mean I'm right.
But regardless, keep it in mind.
So Danny Massa, who's having a good run up inside the top 5, right as that caution came out, something happened to the number 41, and he is sitting right in the first year we did this. We found some of our championship contenders were eliminated after the first week. Things happen. You break, you get something fails on the car, you get into an accident, whatever. So they changed it last year. Instead of 1 week being bounced, you had 2 weeks, which worked. It wasn't perfect because then you had teams that were really starting to come to light over those 3 races, but they were still mired back in the points. Now, for 2024, we're going to run a 3-week session in the championship chase. So after first race in September starts your championship chase. 3 weeks, and then you will reset the points on those that have qualified. So if you over the course of the season, right now we're back underway with 10 laps complete, and Jared Cadera sets the pace off of turn number 2 with Matt Talbot working the outside. Here comes the 30 of Ethan Souza squeezing in down on the inside. He has the 03 of Mike Henriques right behind him. Brent Robidoux in the 25 working that top side as they come off at turn number 2.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Souza has a half a car length on Talbot. Mike Henriques started in the rear. He's just about near the summit. That is Jared Cordero. He's just got to get by Ethan Souza first. Into the back stretch. Brent Robidoux has looked very impressive. He sits 5th, 1/3 of a car length behind Talbot.
Off the corner they come, and we finally reach the halfway point. 12 down, 13 to go. Make that 13 down, 12 to go. Robidoux has moved himself up into the 4th spot now. Henriques 3rd. 2nd is the 30 of Ethan Souza, and they are all chasing your defending champion Jared Cadera down into turn number 1 and 2, who's opened up a 5-car length advantage down the back straightaway.
Cadera picking up right where he left off in September, and that is at the front of the pack. Souza, no stranger to a podium. He's been there countless times, as is Henriques. Robidoux has as well, just not in this division. Caution is out for the 0-2 of Dylan Holdsworth, who's going around into the grass, and that 5-car length lead you pointed out has
gone
vanished.
away.
Yep.
So 15 laps are complete, 10 laps remain in this one. And Holdsworth is going to head straight to the pit area. Now, we're talking just before that green came out on the championship chase format for 24. 6 cars make the championship chase this year. After 3 weeks, the format will be the final 4 into the championship night. But out of those 6, you could go in second in points into that and still fall out, or first and still fall out. Because over those 3 weeks, it's going to be that 3-week average that makes the final 4. Now, the regular season winner, or points leader, if you will, at the end of August, will get a bonus 3 points. So it's going to be set 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 points for the first car out of those 6, 5 for the second, vice versa. But if you are the points leader on that final night in August, you'll get an additional 3 bonus point format to help you out. Ready to go off of turn number 4, 10 laps remaining in this one. As they come off of turn number 4, green flag is out, and down into turn number 1 they go. And Ethan Souza hanging tight on the outside of Jared Cadera. They are wheel to wheel at the top of the field. They roll down into turn number 3. Cadera trying to edge out off of turn number 4, loose off the corner, but able to hold on to the top spot and settles into a 1/2 car length advantage over Ethan Souza.
Cadera able to keep that car length advantage. Henriques now finds himself on the podium. Robidoux breathing down his neck. Souza tries the outside, nothing doing. He still finds himself in the second position, about 0.3 of a second slower than Cadera, who pulls away into 3 and 4.
Here comes Henriques down on the inside of Ethan Souza as they go side by side for second off of turn number 4. Henriques edges out, takes away that number 2 spot as the 88 gets all sorts of crossed up, gathers it back in, stays straight, we stay green, and that battle for second continues. Souza battling back on the outside. Here comes Robidoux down on the inside of Souza. He's looking for third, takes it away by a 1/2 car length down the back straightaway, and this time by there are 5 laps to go.
Off of 4, Cadera leads by 3 car lengths. Robidoux has overtaken the 3rd position from the Acushnet native in Ethan Souza. Henriques has time to make something interesting at the top. Black flag being shown to C.J. Combs. Cadera leads the charge with 4 laps to go.
4 to go that time at the stripe. A nice, comfortable 5 car length advantage over Mike Henriques, who has worked himself from 20th to the number 2 spot. Down into 3 and 4 they go. Robidoux sits 3rd. Souza is 4th. Talbot rounds out the top 5. Bettencourt, Conrad, those are your top 7 cars. As they head down the back straightaway one more time.
Twin Twigs up. 2 more circuits to go, and Jared Cadera is in a familiar territory, as is Mike Henriques, as is Brent Robidoux. Cadera leading the charge into 3 and 4. Robidoux trying to catch Henriques for the second spot. Got a jolt of energy off of 4. White flag is out one more time around.
Final time down into turns 1 and 2, and Jared Cadera all by himself at the top of the field. 3 car lengths is his advantage. Rolls it down into 3, and he kicks off his championship defense in victory lane with a 3rd-generation racer. Picks up the win. 2nd place going to Mike Henriques. 3rd going to Brent Robidoux. What a great run for this youngster, finishing in the 3rd spot. 4th to Ethan Souza, And Matt Talbot rounds out the top 5 this evening in the Helgers South Coast Power Equipment Pure Stocks. What a great run for all 5 of them.
Jared, congratulations. You look great. The beard is on point, and I know that felt fantastic.
Yeah, to end the season last year, winning and win the championship, and then coming back this week and for opening day and starting off with a win is definitely one better start than last year, so we're in the right direction.
I don't know if anyone heard it, but he just said to me before I started the interview, I've never raced so many laps in my life. That was physically demanding. I'm sure it was mentally demanding. What happened?
I don't know. We got a bunch of rookies in this division and some guys that don't know how to run, so we might need to start cleaning up some driving for next week because that was crazy.
It's a lot of work that goes into this car. You're a third-generation racer. I know there's a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, I want to start by thanking my fiance because I get yelled at every time I forget her.
As you should.
My dad, Pete, my grandparents, especially my grandparents. If it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would be. My sister, this little man came over today. John, Pete, my dad. I want to thank Longplex Family Sports Center, CJ Mechanical Systems, Donate Life, Flagman Graphics, Frank's Auto Repair, Walter Keith over in Portsmouth, my aunt, my uncle. I mean, everybody that comes down to the shop week in and week out that helps get this car together. Man, that was fun.
Couldn't ask for a better start to the season. Congratulations. Not too bad, not too bad. Broken axle. Nobody would have noticed if Kevin didn't tell me. This thing looked really, really good.
It was a good battle. I didn't think I'd get up here, but here we are.
Well, you did. You've done it many, many times before. There's a lot of people I know you need to thank.
Yes, I do. Noah, I want to thank Zach, everybody in the pits that helps out. I want to thank my sponsors, Santos, Craig Farrier, Jesse's Diner, Mark Murphy Auto Body, South. Just good race. Congratulations to the 20. See what next week takes.
Mike, congratulations. Great row, but I know what I wasn't doing at 15, and that's finishing third in a field full of guys that have been racing longer than I've been alive. Congratulations, Brent. You talked about, the anxiety that wasn't just felt by you, it was felt by the 4 people over there. You look so comfortable and so mature. Were you feeling that, or are you a good actor?
I felt like with all the practice we had and all the laps, I felt pretty comfortable in this car.
Don't lie.
Yeah, it's been great. I love this car. It's better than a Bando.
I certainly hope so. Hey, this looked really, really good. I know there's a lot of work that went into this.
First thing off, I want to thank my Uncle Billy for giving me this chance to drive this amazing car and for the shot to win.
And
my mom, my dad, my brother, Colin, my grandparents, my uncles all show up. And a big thanks to Charlie Coma.
Brent Robidoux with an impressive run for, there's one more.
And to my crew chief, Scott Sasodio.
We couldn't forget Scott. Brent Robidoux in third. Mike Henriques going from 20th to second, and Jared Cadera is back in victory lane.